incidents as U.S.-led coalition forces hunted down Abdallah Maki Mosleh al-Rafai. Hartford police are looking for suspects in connection with a deadly shooting that happened around 11:30 last night in the 2100 block of Main Street. The victims identified as 35-year-old Myron Myers, a city resident. Dangerous weather is affecting more than 100 million people as it moves across a large swath of the center of the country, from Canada down south to Texas. And UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer is urging world leaders to keep the pressure on Russia's Vladimir Putin to start talks concerning a Ukraine war ceasefire.
WTIC weather.
We will have some low clouds around today, maybe a little bit of fog and even some drizzle, the better chance of which will be toward the coast, but some sunshine should peek out this afternoon. It'll be mild with a high up to 58. Staying mild tonight with low clouds redeveloping, low down to 49. Tomorrow it'll be windy and warm. Again, some low clouds, maybe a little bit of a dampness in the morning, and then a shower in spots in the afternoon with a high up to 65. Some rain and a thunderstorm tomorrow night. We'll have to watch for flash flooding. Drying out on Monday, but it'll be cloudy, still mild with a high of 58. This is meteorologist Matt Rindy in the WTIC Weather Center.
For these stories and more, go to WTIC.com. I'm Morgan Cunningham, WTIC 1080 News.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, millions of men experience ED, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. At HIMSS, our own board-certified urologist, Dr. Peter Stahl, knows this better than anyone, and he knows that HIMSS can help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS.
Through HIMSS.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs. Options at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% less than brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
Looking for the perfect place to unwind after a busy day? Avon Old Farms Hotel and the Simsbury Inn have dining options to match your every mood. At Twiggs Lounge at the Simsbury Inn, good times are always on the menu. Join us for happy hour Monday through Thursday. From 4 till 6, we feature live music Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. If brunch is more your vibe, join us on Sundays for our award-winning brunch at Evergreens Restaurant. Each week, 11 a.m. till 1:30. Twiggs Lounge and Evergreens Restaurant, nestled in the heart of Simsbury at the Simsbury Inn. If you're looking for a dining experience that celebrates the flavors of the season, come to the Seasons Restaurant at Avon Old Farms Hotel. Every dish is crafted with fresh, local ingredients, inspired by the best of every season. Whether you're enjoying a cozy dinner or celebrating a special occasion, every meal is unforgettable. Join us Wednesdays for live music, Thursdays for trivia, or on Sundays for brunch. It's all at Seasons Restaurant at Avon Old Farms Hotel.
The more you listen, the more you know. So check back throughout the day. WTIC News Talk 1080.
All right, we are back. This is Computer Talk with Tab. We're here till 11 o'clock. One line open for you, 860-522-9842. And we sort of got the YouTube channel going.
Yeah.
I don't know why it wasn't going, because I tested it on Friday, and it worked. I promise you it did. But there's a scheduling aspect of it that I'm trying to make happen automatically. And so I had to force it just a second ago to make it work. So it's working.
Okay.
No, we'll see how it goes. So let's go to your calls. We're going to go ahead and see what Steve's got cooking out there in Southington. What's happening, Steve?
Good morning, Eric. Good morning, Dennis.
Morning.
So I was thinking about your comment, unintended consequences of technology.
Which is what?
And it's, well, with everything. It seems like there's more consequences than there are benefits. And
no, I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
Yeah, I'm with Eric on this.
Before you even make your point, I disagree with that. But go ahead and make your point anyway, Steve.
I don't know if I can now because...
What, did we ruin it for you?
I'm really reaching with it to begin with, and I admit that I am reaching with it. Yes. But it's for me, like I saw a movie, and I don't want to just say that it's a real true fact of it, but it's a science fiction called Idiocracy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reference that all the time. I feel like we're living in the land of idiocracy every day.
I just saw it a few weeks ago, and I can't believe it. And it just seems like we really are there.
We are there.
Would you call that a series of unintended consequences that we're sort of falling into? Well, look at
That's not a technology, though, Steve. That's not a technology
what about the currency, the cryptocurrency thing? Now that would be an unintended consequence where you're buying something, and like I said, you get what you pay for.
Yeah, but that's not technology.
That doesn't exist, then suddenly you lose all your money.
That's not technology because, again, we talk about this all the time. They had the big tulip thing. Tulip bulbs were the same cryptocurrency scenario.
Right. The tulip bubble in the Netherlands a couple centuries ago.
So this is all human stuff. So idiocracy is all about just the lack of education where folks are just not able to comprehend what they're doing anymore. That's not technology necessarily.
And in the case of the
what
toll
about
spammers,
the barcode and how the barcode got, transferred onto people, and that's technology.
I'd say use of technology, but I don't remember that aspect of it. But the point is, technology's definitely greatly improved our lives. That you can't argue, I don't think.
Oh, I certainly like technology, but sometimes I feel like
but people
I
are
don't
people.
really understand it.
People are people no matter what age you're living in, and will make crazy, dumb decisions, and that's all psychological. I mean, I'm not a sociologist or anything like that, but it has nothing to do with technology. It has to do with people's willingness and the culture, and how the culture talks about, I remember my kids when they were graduating from high school, every valedictorian and every speaker always said, speak truth to power. Use this newfound knowledge to use your own brain and look at things and think critically of what you're going to do going forward. And then you go out into life, and then everyone says, well, if you don't do this and you don't do this, you must be one of them. And who is one of them? Well, you must be one of them because you don't believe in this, you believe in that. But you just told me to use my brain and figure it out. No. That was just talking at these commencements. We don't actually want you to use your brain. If you happen to do this over there, you're with those guys. But if you're with those guys, you're not smart enough to be here. So I don't think it has anything to do with technology. I think it's all cultural. You don't get idiocracy. You don't get idiocracy from technology. You get it from the culture, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm no sociologist.
I think you're right there. I think you're right there. Definitely. Yeah. Wow. That's very interesting.
What I was going to say is that the scammers are taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
That's how they trick you into, the quick fix scams that can take over your computer. That's how they get you to connect the fact that you traveled with these toll texts that you're getting later. Then you make that connection and say, oh, yeah, I must have rung up a bill that I haven't paid.
Right.
And you immediately associate the two, even though there is no association.
Yeah.
And that's just human psychology. That's how human beings are. We want to link one thing to another.
Yep.
And come up with a relationship between them, even if there isn't one.
Yep.
It's just how it is. Yeah.
Well, we're not.
That gives me a lot to think about.
All right, Steve. Well, go back and watch your GI Joe, because that was a great contribution last week.
Oh yeah, that was great. I loved that.
That was funny.
Have you seen the episode?
I watched enough of it.
I did. I watched it.
You watched the whole thing?
Oh yeah, it was great.
And that's back in the 80s.
Cobra Coin. I love it. Thanks, Steve. We gotta let you go.
Okay, we'll see you.
Yeah, bye-bye.
That was fantastic.
That was
actually.
awesome. That was awesome. All right, let's go to Don in Avon next. Don, what's happening?
Hi.
Hey, good morning.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. I bought a Windows 11 Mac computer a year ago.
All right.
And I think I installed Microsoft 365. I think it came with the machine.
Yes.
1 year now.
Yeah.
Now they sent me a bill for a
Okay.
subscription.
Yep.
Is that normal?
Well, yeah. They want to get paid every year.
Is there a way to substitute Microsoft 365 with other apps, maybe free ones?
Yeah. You can. What you can do if you don't want to pay that again, you can uninstall the Microsoft 365 in your computer, and you can install something called LibreOffice, which is an open source product. It pretty much takes the place of Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. It doesn't have an Outlook component, but that's separate anyway. And it also has a very rudimentary database product, which is similar to Access, but it's not as sophisticated. But most people aren't using Access anyway, so you could probably get by with LibreOffice, and it's a nice product. I have it installed on a couple of Linux computers that I use, and it's fun.
How do you spell Libre?
Libre. We'll post a link to it.
Yeah, we'll post a link for you so you don't have to remember.
And it's called Libre what?
LibreOffice. LibreOffice. But we're going to post a link to it.
All right. Now, can I load before I start uninstalling Microsoft 365? Can I load this LibreOffice?
Yeah, it's your computer.
And run it?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Oh, that's basically what I want. Not a heavy-duty computer user anymore.
Yeah.
I don't really use Microsoft 3. I don't.
It's
do
great.
much.
It's great if you don't have any particular need for all the features of Real Office. It's fantastic because it's free.
Yeah.
Well, in Excel, sometimes I use some tools that they supply for like sorting and stuff. Is that going to be there, or is that something I got to?
Yeah, things like sorting and filtering; those features are all there.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
Well, this is a very.
There are some differences in the interface. You're going to have to look for where to click on stuff to do it, but those features are there. Absolutely,
I got to do that with Excel. What's the difference?
There you go.
You never know. They moved everything around on me in this app, in Microsoft 365. I didn't know where anything was.
Oh, I got a story.
Searching for it. Searching for it.
Yeah, I know. It's the
story of our lives here.
It is.
So yeah, all right.
All right.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Before we go to a break, I want to remind you guys that our little program, Computer Talk with Tab, has got a miracle on ice moment that we're going for here. There's the Hartford Current has a best of 2025 competition going. And so Dennis and I, in Computer Talk radio program, is up against Big Radio. All right? We're just a couple of unpaid amateurs coming in here to help you guys out, minding our own business, up against the giants of the radio industry, like Brian and company and those guys who are professionals. So it's like us taking on the Russians. We're going to do our best, and we need you to help. So if you go over to the Hartford Current and choose Computer Talk with Tab as the best radio program, we can show big media, big radio, what a good show is all about.
Wow, way to put me in a predicament this morning, huh?
Well, you started with us, Joey. Joey started with us, right?
And I can vote more than once.
Yeah, different logins. There you go. That's why he's a geek. So, yes, no matter how many email addresses you have, you could vote for Computer Talk with Tab, and it would be cool if we won. We're not holding our breath, but it doesn't matter where you vote from. So if you're listening to this program on the podcast, if you downloaded the Odyssey app and you listen to it on the podcast, you enjoy the program, and you're up there in Saskatchewan for all we know, go over to the Hartford Current's webpage. We have a link for you, and choose our little program. We would appreciate it. It would be fun if we won. We're not holding our breath, though. Because up against big radio and, the big folks like Brian is not going to be easy. So, but we appreciate your support. We're going to step out for a quick break. John and Dan, hang on. 2 lines open for you. Heck, I could barely get my kids to vote for me. 860-522-9842 is the number, and we'll do our best to get your calls in. We'll be right back.
WTIC News Talk 1080 is your voice for common sense values and real conservative insight. Every weekday from 9 until 6, we're talking about the latest state and national headlines that matter most to you. From Fox News, Brian Kilmeade, mornings 9 till 11, Tom Shattuck 11 till 2, and Reese on the radio 3 till 6. Join us for the news and discussions. And don't keep us all to yourself. Tell a friend. WTIC News Talk 1080, your source for conservative talk. Because Connecticut isn't as blue as it used to be.
Tune in to How to Retire with Fuchs Financial.
The main thing for the majority of the listeners out there who are approaching retirement is I don't want to be surprised.
Helping you build, preserve, and manage your wealth.
So you've got Roth IRAs, you have individual accounts. And finding the right taxable strategy, that's going to be huge for you.
Tune in to How to Retire with Ben Fuchs, Sundays at 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. right here on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Every sandwich has bread, every burger has a bun, but these warm, golden, smooth steam buns, these are special, reserved for the very best. The Filet-O-Fish, and you can have them too.
And you can have it all at 2 for $6, like a Filet-O-Fish, Big Mac, 10-piece McNuggets, or large fries. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Tune in to WTIC News Talk 1080 for Healthy Rounds, Saturday mornings 11 till noon. Learn from the top experts about the latest medical news and call in with your questions. Healthy Rounds, sponsored by Hartford Healthcare, Saturday mornings 11 till noon on WTIC News Talk 1080 and WTIC.com.
Middlesex Health welcomes the Connecticut Golf Show, March 21st through 23rd at the Connecticut Convention Center. See golf exhibits, top-level manufacturers with Chris Cody's Golf Shops, huge sales, golf simulators, lesson zones, and more. For details, ctgolfshow.com.
All right, we are back. This is Computer Talk. Let's get right to your calls. We're going to go to, who's been on the longest? Oh, you okay there, Dennis? Yeah. We're going to go to Dan in East Windsor next. What's happening, Dan?
Hey, guys. Another nickel coming your way for an all of a sudden.
Yes.
Thank you.
Enjoy your newfound riches.
Yes.
I have a communication issue for some reason between Adobe Photoshop Elements and my Canon LID E400 scanner. When all of a sudden it comes in, it was working fine. I just used it on Tuesday, and then now, this computer doesn't go on the internet at all. It's just for me scanning documents and transferring them to my phone to send them into my company to get paid. What I do is I scan the document into Adobe Photoshop Elements, and then I can clean it up and all that stuff. So
yeah.
All along, it's been where I can select either the Canon LID E400 or select WIA Canon LID E400, and now all of a sudden, there it is, another nickel. Just the plain Canon LID E400, which would be a Twain driver, is gone. All that's available is the WIA Canon LID E400. I tried reinstalling the Adobe Photoshop Elements. That didn't work. I also tried reinstalling the scanner driver. That didn't work. The only thing I haven't done yet, which I'm going to do later today when I stop, I'm a truck driver. I'm actually in Nashville, Tennessee right now.
Oh, wow.
The only thing I haven't done is I have not gone into the device manager and uninstalled the scanner and then restarted the computer to let the scanner reinstall by itself. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
You stole my thunder.
Yeah, we lost our nickels.
I'm also gonna add something to that too. Okay. Uninstall it in Device Manager. Also, go into Control Panel and uninstall the Canon LID software.
Okay.
Then reboot the computer with the scanner out or disconnected. Sorry.
Okay.
So the computer doesn't even know it's there. Then you're going to run the installer for the Canon drivers again because you just removed them.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe somewhere in that process it's going to prompt you to connect the scanner. Go ahead and do that at that time.
Okay.
All right? But yeah, you kind of stole my thunder with the, the device manager thing.
You did everything right.
It was working absolutely fine on Tuesday, and I know it's not an update causing this because this computer doesn't go on the internet at all ever.
Okay.
It's just
it just stopped working.
Yeah, and
stuff breaks.
I have other apps on the same laptop, which can see the Canon LID E400 just fine. So I don't know.
So it's just Adobe that can't.
It's just
just
Photoshop Elements that doesn't see it.
And it was seeing it just fine on Tuesday. But
So
it still shows the WIA Canon LED 400. Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, again, nothing updated, like you said. Other things see it. That does make it more difficult to solve because if the machine is being seen by other software, then the drivers are probably okay. It's an Adobe problem.
Yeah.
But Adobe didn't get touched. Did you say you uninstalled Adobe completely?
I know. Actually, I reinstalled it on top of itself.
That's normally okay.
Yeah, that should have fixed it if that were the issue.
And I did the same thing with the scanner drivers too. Although I did disconnect the scanner, and reinstalled the scanner drivers on top of themselves, and reconnected the scanner and let it finish installing. But
maybe
starting over. I don't know.
Maybe it'll work. The last step there that Dennis mentioned, maybe that will work. But it's interesting that it sort of works already. So
yeah, I mean it's half working.
We're kind of stumped a little bit.
Yeah. It's as if the software is expecting a response from the scanner that it's not getting in the way that it's looking for.
It could be a video issue too, a WYSIWYG driver type of issue. It could be something that's not being displayed properly. Maybe look at updating your video drivers. I'm just kind of grasping at things here because it is using graphical display to do some of this stuff.
Yeah, I mean I'm talking like when I open up the Adobe Photoshop Elements, click on File, then Import. Usually when once the import expands, the scanner is shown there, and it shows my other scanners.
Yeah.
It shows my Canon P150, and it shows my Epson, but which that's not even in the truck anymore.
So how many scanners does a truck driver need?
Well, I don't even have the Epson anymore. I got rid of that. It was the Epson was a little portable scanner. You could feed one sheet at a time, and it would just zip right through. And so nice. But that had very, very poor scan quality, so I sent that back. I have two in the truck. I have a flatbed scanner, which is the LID E400, and then I have a Canon P150, which is a sheet bed scanner.
Yeah, but when you say it sees it, it's not seeing anything. It's seeing what it was there. This Epson, right? Did you uninstall it?
Yeah, I did, but for some reason it still shows in there. But
that could be things like that could be conflicting too. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't show. It doesn't show the Epson in the device manual or in devices and printers or anything like that. It's just still in the import menu in the Adobe Photoshop Elements. But
interesting.
But like I said, I mean that's been that way for quite a while. I mean we're talking like back in January I returned the Epson, and it was seeing the Canon LID E400 just fine up until yesterday when I tried it.
Well, what about this? You don't have it connected to the internet, right? For whatever reason, maybe you should update.
Well, I suppose I could, but I kind of keep this computer off of the internet intentionally.
I know you do. I know you
do. Sure.
But it's not like you're going to go and surf to bad places. If you do some updates, maybe some updates would be with the doctor orders.
Just get it on the internet long enough to do that and then take it off. I have another suggestion too, and it might sound a little out of left field, but try connecting that scanner to a different USB port on the I
it could be something.
Did that already.
Oh, you did?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
You stole my thunder again.
Yeah, lots of nickels we're losing.
I tried all this stuff before I even called you.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
try updating. Try the other, the last step that Dennis mentioned. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to.
All right.
I thought about just wiping the computer and just reinstalling everything.
That's drastic. But I hear you.
That's drastic, but it might come to that if you're very unlucky.
I was thinking about just putting Windows 10 back on it because I don't have to worry about it not working. I mean, it'll work. I don't have to worry about it not updating after October because I don't go on the internet with this thing anyway. So,
right. Yeah, well, that's an option, but I don't know. You obviously got it online to update to 11, so I think maybe doing it.
Yeah, that was the only time. I mean, I installed Windows 11 from scratch, did a clean install.
Yep. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't update to 11.
Okay.
I usually don't go and do an update from one software version to another. I prefer a clean install.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you, Dan. Well, we gave you a couple things to try. I don't think we earned any nickels, but I hope you let us know how it goes.
Well, I thought you get a nickel for every time it's an all of a sudden.
I know, but I think there has to be some sort of payment when we actually solve a problem.
By the way, you have to pay yourself a nickel too for the YouTube all of a sudden not working.
I know, but I did. Did I say all of a sudden? I could have said that. It is possible. All right, Dan.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
All right.
Bye-bye. Trust me, it's not been all of a sudden. It's been fighting that thing. It's ridiculous. It's got to be a confusing key or something. Let's go to John in Hartford with a good question there. What's going on, John?
Hi. Don't want to be a dead horse about scams, but I had a question on one that was run on my daughter.
Okay.
She was looking for a car for her brother, and on Facebook Marketplace, and she got this thing about it was the perfect car. It was like in a garage. It was from a friend. The post was from a friend. It was in a garage, and her grandfather had died, and so it was just like, great price.
Yeah.
And so, I transferred some money to her to put a down payment. I said, but first call your friend.
Right.
Which she did. It was a total scam.
Yep.
And thank God I told her to do that.
Yes.
But do they know what you're searching?
So so the friend that she was dealing with on Facebook was a copy of a friend. It was somebody impersonating, and it happens all the time where you don't even realize you've already connected with the real friend, but that same person shows up as trying to connect to you, and you're like, oh, I already thought I did. I'll go ahead and connect.
Right. Also, some of the scammers will do intelligence on people that they're spoofing, so that they'll know that your daughter is connected to this person.
And your daughter could have put a Facebook message out to folks on her thing saying, I'm looking for a car, and they got that message.
They could have seen that, yes.
Or they simply were lucky and said, I have a car for sale, and your daughter happened to be in the market, which is also very easy to do, right?
So there's no particular way to prevent them from finding out that information.
Well, again, if they're just fishing, all they did was fish and said, I've got a car available. There's really nothing you can do to prevent that. No, you just have to assume everything out there is, and just got to be a cynic. And what you did by telling her to call the friend was the right advice.
We in the business we often talk about zero trust computing.
Zero trust.
You need to apply that kind of thinking to everything.
Right.
It's unfortunate, but that's just how it is. So
one quick question: remanufactured inks. Are there good and bad ones? For like, I've got an Epson computer.
I'd buy the Epson ink for me.
I've tried remanufactured ink cartridges on different printers, and I've never had good luck with them.
And John, we got a hard break here, so we got to go.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye bye. We'll be right back.
This is Erik Miner from Miners Incorporated in Canton, Connecticut.
Erik used to have an in-house IT staff, but not anymore.
Certainly the difference between when we did it ourselves and having Tab do it now is that they certainly know more about what they're doing than we ever did.
Not only does Erik get IT expertise, Tab Computer Systems doesn't tie him or his company's funds to a long-term contract.
Tab has been good at helping us to do what we do well and what we need to do well.
Which is sell building supplies and lumber. With Tab's monthly service plan, Erik's company has its own IT department that has to earn his business each month.
I would not hesitate at all to recommend Tab Computer Systems to assist any small business out there.
No long-term contracts. Just another reason to call Tab today. 1-888-TAB-4-HELP. 1-888-TAB-4-HELP. Or visit tabinc.com. Technology's advancing business. Tab Computer Systems.
WTIC is celebrating 100 years on the air and 100 years of serving Connecticut. This is WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford, an Odyssey station.
It is 10 o'clock. Good morning. Hartford temperature, we are at 44 degrees under cloudy skies. I'm Morgan Cunningham, WTIC 1080 News. The attorney for a woman accused of holding her now adult stepson in their Waterbury home for decades says his client's innocent. Meantime, the now 32-year-old man is receiving medical and dental care. He weighed only 68 pounds when he was pulled from his burning home last month. The fire, he told authorities, he deliberately set as a means to escape. Giannis Kalotis is the Kimberly Sullivan attorney.
She went from living her normal life in Waterbury, Connecticut, to being in the spotlight across the country and the world with a lot of anger directed towards her.
The victim is receiving medical and dental care. He weighed only 68 pounds at the time of the rescue. Sullivan's facing kidnapping, cruelty to persons, and other charges. She's out on bond. President Trump confirms the killing of one of the most senior Islamic State leaders in Iraq. U.S. coalition forces tracked down Abdallah Maki Mosleh al-Rafai in partnership with the Iraqi National Intelligence Service.
President Trump called Abdullah Maki Mosleh al-Rafai a brutal killer who caused much hardship and death. Iraq described IS's leader in Syria and Iraq as one of the most dangerous terrorists in the world. U.S. Central Command says he was killed in a precision airstrike in western Iraq on Thursday. His body and that of another IS militant is said to have been found wearing unexploded suicide vests.
BBC correspondent Mike Thompson. The Senate passes a spending bill that thwarts a government shutdown.
The bill to fund government functions through September divided Democrats, in part because it boosts defense spending by $6 billion, but it cuts domestic spending by more than twice that amount. The Senate's Democratic leader, Chuck Schumer, didn't like the bill himself, but he urged his caucus to support it over a procedural hurdle. He cautioned that blocking it would lead to a government shutdown and would further empower the Department of Government Efficiency to shutter government agencies indefinitely.
That's correspondent Linda Kenyon. State police say a small glider aircraft went down Friday afternoon in Deep River. The incident happened around 4. Injuries are reported, but the extent isn't known. The crash reportedly happened in the woods near Cedar Lake Road. Experts say putting together a spring break trip might not be too late.
AAA says the number of spring break travelers is up this year. Gas prices are lower, airfares and hotel rooms higher than a year ago.
There are still deals out there. You just have to be flexible with your travel dates and the place you go to visit.
Emily Kaufman at thetravelmom.com says bundling flights and hotels last minute can save hundreds.
It's all about supply and demand. You might consider looking at a destination dupe. Instead of going to one of the most popular places, look for another destination that offers something similar.
Top spring break destinations remain the same: Florida, California, and Hawaii. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Some Connecticut car owners are going to be showing off first-in-the-nation pizza-themed license plates. They're going to display a pizza slice, the logo of Connecticut Food Share, and the words, "The Pizza State." It's the idea of New Haven pizza guru Colin Kaplan, who says the Pizza State boast is worthwhile.
Part of the purpose of this plate is to rally Connecticut people and sort of deter New Yorkers from thinking they got the best.
The limited batch of 500 plates are $75 each, or $145 if you want a vanity plate. Get them at tasteofnewhaven.com and click on Pizza License Plate. You can also find the link on our X, formerly known as Twitter feed, at WTIC 1080.
WTIC weather.
We are going to start the day with some low clouds and maybe a little bit of fog and some drizzle, the better chance of which will be toward the coast. But some sunshine may peek out this afternoon. It'll be mild with a high up to 58. Staying mild into tonight with a low dipping down to just 49. Of low clouds redeveloping, and that continues into tomorrow morning. There could be a little bit of dampness as well. Otherwise, it'll be windy and warm. We'll have another shower in spots in the afternoon with a high up to 65. And then with the approach of the cold front tomorrow night, we'll have some rain and a thunderstorm, some of which could be heavy. Looks like it'll taper off late, but in the meantime, we'll have to watch for flash flooding tomorrow night with the low dipping down to 53. It does dry out on Monday. It'll be cloudy and mild with a high up to 58. And then it stays mild on Tuesday. We'll have the return of plenty of sunshine with a high up to 60. And then we'll call it a warm day on Wednesday with times of clouds and sun and a high bumping up to 63. This is meteorologist Matt Rindy in the WTIC Weather Center.
For these stories and more, you can find us at WTIC.com. Remember, we've got more computer talk with Tab on the way. I'm Morgan Cunningham, WTIC 1080 News.
Honey, is our car still under warranty?
No, not anymore.
My sister just got an extended service plan from Ox Car Care.
Ox Car Care?
Yeah, Ox will cover our repair bills if anything happens to our car, new brakes, a transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait a minute, we pay nothing on the repairs? Ox gets it fixed for us? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance? What's the number?
800-234-2716. Ox has a 30-day money-back guarantee and an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike other warranty companies. We should call now. 800-234-2716.
The last thing we need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote. 800-234-2716. Ask about senior and military discounts. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care, 800-234-2716, or go to oxcarcare.com.
Happy birthday to us. 2 surprises for you. 2 surprises from NordVPN. 2 surprises for you.
Celebrate twice as much with NordVPN. We have a special birthday deal. Get 72% off and a coupon for up to 1 year free. NordVPN is rated as excellent on PC Mag. Visit nordvpn.com and discover one of the most advanced VPNs in the world. What are the benefits? Secure up to 10 devices with a single account. Receive alerts if your email address leaks to the dark web. Reduce the risk of phishing, scams, and malware with NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro tool. Encrypt your online traffic and browse with more peace of mind. Get the special birthday deal at nordvpn.com. Additional terms apply. NordVPN. Cybersecurity built for every day.
Get a head start to your day with WTIC News Talk 1080. Listen to us live on the Odyssey app before you even hit the road. Get the breakdown on the biggest news stories that Connecticut is talking about. To get started, download the Odyssey app and search for WTIC News Talk 1080. This is WTIC's Computer Talk with Tab, hosted by Erik Semmel and Dennis Halnon of Tab Computer Systems. Interact with Erik and Dennis by phone at 860-522-9842 or email them in the studio at gethelp@tabinc.com. Get help anytime at computertalkwithtab.com. Now, here are Erik and Dennis on WTIC News Talk 1080.
And good morning. This is Computer Talk with Tab. I'm Erik.
And I'm Dennis.
And I just can't. And Morgan's been having this story about pizza slice license plates. You know, and how proud we should be as Connecticutians with pizza slices on our license plates. You know, I appreciate that pizza's good, right? I think I've been lucky enough to live in a state that's got great pizza.
Yep.
But we are not the pizza slice state. We are the military industrial complex state. Would you rather have a Black Hawk on your license plate, or an F-35, or a nuclear submarine on your license plate? But no, Connecticut, let's mark it that we do pizza good. You know, come on, guys. It's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
We do good pizza. Yes, yeah, we do. I agree. But if I'm driving through Nebraska, I'd rather them know that we make Blackhawks, for crying out loud, and not, or, you know, it's just crazy to me. I just don't get what we're doing here in Connecticut.
Jet engines and all that.
Yeah, I mean, we're the pizza state. I mean, Constitution State seems kind of boring. But, yeah, I don't know, just me. What do I know? I'm not doing the marketing for Connecticut. But let's get to your calls. I'm not busting on you, Morgan, for your story. It's a fine story, sir. Let's go to Rich in Glastonbury. What's going on, Rich?
Hi, how are you guys doing this morning?
I'm okay.
Good. So how about a Black Hawk helicopter delivering pizzas?
There you go.
That would be politically correct anyway.
It would be. But then again, they're going to tax you 28 cents a delivery. What?
Yeah, and a slice too, probably.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple of questions which I know you've answered in the past. I'm just trying to check in as I'm pulling the trigger. Oh, yeah. By the way, I'm a visual field boy.
Yes, I can tell your voice. I remember you.
No, that's sad, really.
No, it's a radio thing. Sorry, that's what we do.
Yeah. All right. So anyhow, Proton, still your recommended email, and do you go with the free or you do go with the pay, and which one do you go with? Is it just a regular guy?
As a regular guy, I highly recommend Proton email, and I would still recommend it. Mm-hmm. I would go with the pay, and I would recommend you get your own domain name.
That was question number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you get your own domain name?
Very easy.
You have to buy it from a registrar. The the biggest one that we know of is GoDaddy.
Yeah.
But there are other registrars, including the original one, which is Network Solutions. And then what you do is you go there, you buy the domain that you want.
Right.
It'll tell
rich
you
at whatever your at's going to be.
whatever the at is. Once you've bought the domain, then you go to Proton and you sign up for the level of service that allows you to have your own domain. And they will go through a kind of a wizard that very carefully leads you through everything you need to change on your domain to make the email work.
Securely.
And it's all very secure,
Great.
And,
Sounds great.
And it, as far as, I mean, I've done this for myself.
Yeah, me too.
And there is no continuing connection between the two. I bought my domain at GoDaddy, and then I have Proton. And there's no ongoing connection. You just follow the directions, put everything into GoDaddy the way they say, and then away you go.
Yeah, and register your domain for at least 5 years so you're not worrying about it at the GoDaddy side. But make a note for yourself to remember to renew it. And then, of course, with Proton, it's fully encrypted point-to-point communications. And if you have more family members, depending on the account you purchase, you can have additional users of that. So you can have Rich at, you can have Betty at, Bob at, Sally at. And now they've got their own email boxes thanks to you.
That's fantastic. Another dopey question. Do you have a recommendation these days for a good cell phone carrier?
So I've been a Google Fi user for a long time.
Yep.
So Google Fi, so it's basically a SIM. You don't have an actual physical SIM. It's a eSIM. So any phone that's open and not, so technically it's jailbroken. It's an open phone with an eSIM. You can use Google Fi. However, I have been considering cheaper options just because that's who I am. And so, consumer cellular, you get to a certain age, that can work just as well. They have cheaper options. Heck, Mint, what's his name there? I want to just Ryan Reynolds there.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I like that guy. I want to buy Mint. I don't know why. He's just funny about it, and it's cheaper. So Google Fi is like $40, I think, for unlimited. And it's never failed me. It's a great service. It's going to leverage. I think it leverages T-Mobile and another big carrier. So I've never had any service issues. So there's lots of alternatives to the big boys.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And one last thing.
Yeah.
I voted for you.
Thanks, Rich.
Well, thank you.
You guys are great. You really are. So.
Well, we appreciate it.
We rely on you out here, and I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. We'll see what happens. It's big radio we're going up against, so we'll see. Big media.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be a real happy trumpeter if he wins. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will be psyched, but I'm not holding my breath.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Take care and have a great day.
Thank you, Rich. Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye.
Bye-bye. So, yeah, we'll have, I don't know, is it a piece of paper we get? Like a plastic, I don't know. I'll laminate it if it's paper. My sister-in-law's got a laminator. Let's go to John in the car phone. What's happening, John?
Hi, Eric and Dennis. I've got a real complicated hack scheme out there. I haven't been hacked since 1995 when we first started with the analog system under AOL. I'm 70 years old. I went online because I've been a subscriber to Norton antivirus protection program since 2010.
All right.
And I always know their website. And I was up for payment in March, towards the end of March, and I got this email saying, well, you have to. We've tried to credit your credit card, and I said, oh my God, I forgot to call them up because. You know how you switch, how you renew your credit card every so many years.
Yeah.
So I got on the phone, called them, and they said, yeah, we tried to get your credit card, but it didn't work. This is my new credit card. He says that's not going to be necessary. What we want is you want to deposit the amount that we owe you for payment. You paid too much the last time, and you don't keep a track of that. And I was a little bit of a rush. And then they said to me, we'd like to deposit in your bank account. You don't have to give it. Then I said, you're not getting my bank account. I want to put it on a credit card.
Right.
He says, well, we can't put it on a credit card because they sounded very convincing.
Yeah.
To make this story long, I called Norton up after I said to them, "Here's the number that I called," and they said they're scammers. And
right.
They said they had 500 calls. They said they're getting very sophisticated at it because most of these companies are in India.
Yeah.
And they asked the right questions and everything. My bank account was hacked, but I had the smarts where I went to the bank and I said, I've been hacked. Now I'm going on the 4th week. Everything's okay. They didn't steal any money from me, but they're getting very good at it. I mean, 1995 till 2025, first time ever hacked. That's pretty damn good, you know.
If you do say so yourself.
Yeah.
So this is what I keep telling my kids. I keep telling anybody I can tell. Don't connect your bank account to anything, as far as I'm concerned.
No.
And so
I don't deal with online banking. I do it the good old-fashioned method. Go to the bank, talk to people, deposit, withdraw.
I appreciate that. I've gone beyond that. I actually have no problem with working with my bank account, but I try to avoid, heck, even the feds. I don't want my refund coming in my bank account. You can call me crazy, but I don't think they need to know that number, although they probably already do.
No.
But don't connect anything to your bank account. Nobody's ever going to do you a favor or refund you something. These folks are just evil. And, you know, it's a good thing you brought it up. If people are listening, nobody's going to purposely put money back in your bank account. Take a check, right? If you're really going to do that, tell them to give me a check then. Send it in the mail.
But checks are going to be obsolete in a few years. Like, for example, I bank at Webster Bank.
Yeah.
I said to them, I ordered checks, but I didn't get the little blue carry case. Oh, they said they don't make them anymore. They're on their way out. But, you know, I don't agree with Venmo and all those
I don't either.
things yeah, you guys are high-tech. Why does this generation believe that they're immune from hacking? Venmo's they've been hacked thousands of times, but they continue to use it. It's the most absurd thing in the world. Go to the bank, talk to people, stand in line, be patient.
Stand in line.
What's your rush? What's the big rush? You got to get somewhere? You only have 10 years to live or something like that?
I hear you. Technology is a good thing. It saves you time from doing things. Like, it was funny. My son and his future wife were sitting in our home just last weekend. And they were ready to head home, and they're 2 hours away in Massachusetts. And my son was on his phone, and we're like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, we're grocery shopping." And my wife and I just haven't gotten there, right? So they're actually going to have all their groceries ready for them when they pull up to the store as they get back from our home. And that's a smart way to leverage technology. And of course, people like us don't think that way. We think, well, I don't want somebody handling my groceries. I don't know why I've got a problem with that, but that's just me. B, they're going to give me the messed up produce. It won't be the best stuff. Not that I do a very much better job anyways. But these kids are leveraging technology, and you want them to, right? You want to have more time. The only thing we don't have a lot of, and the only commodity that we always have too little of, is time. And so these kids know that. They realize that. They still waste it in other ways, but they want to have as much of that time available. So this kind of stuff is really cool, and they should be leveraging that type of time. So in your case, thank you.
But too much technology isn't good because you probably know that we don't have a defense against GPS satellites. Russia does, China does. One of these days, I'm convinced they're going to shut our GPS system down, and then we're going to say, how the hell did that happen? Right. I'm a stats professor at one of the state universities, and I always warn the kids. For 40 years, I've been teaching.
Yep.
I started out with CD-ROM, and I teach software. You name it, I teach it.
Yep.
But the fact is this is going to happen. Why do you think the Navy's using the old navigational systems now?
Right.
Because if we get into a war, they're going to knock out the satellites. Teach some of the old methods and learn from the new methods.
Yeah.
Technology is great while it's working, but when it doesn't work, causes more havoc.
You're right, and there's so many doomsday movies out there about that. I totally agree with you.
Doomsday movie. It's going to happen.
Yes, it is.
Solar flare may hit us.
Yep.
They might knock out all our electric lines. It's going to happen.
I hear you.
All right.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
I'm an avid reader of high tech, believe me.
All right, man. Well, you're not wrong to make people at least aware of it, John.
Okay. Take it easy. Have yourselves a great day.
You too. Bye-bye. Another point that he's kind of bringing up is AM radio, right? They're trying to get rid of AM radio in the cars. Why they're putting laws out there to do that? Again, AM radio is a great way to stay connected, stay being able to understand what's going on. We don't want to go back to Morse code. AM radio is there. So he's right. And of course the GPS. I mean, you don't want somebody taking your GPS and telling you to go off a bridge.
Right.
People are doing that with GPS actually working.
Well, I was gonna say we hear about that all the time, actually.
Yeah. Do I gotta take a break, Joey? I think I do, probably. Yeah. I'm gonna step up for a quick break. Jim, Tom, Bonnie, hang on. We'll be right back.
Glenn Zinn, the IS manager at Luxbond and Green, truly appreciates the service he receives from Tab Computer Systems.
I think responsiveness to any problem that we have, whether that be a broken printer or setting up new computers or a quote for a new computer. I've never really had a problem getting information or getting somebody to help me out.
Tab takes responsiveness very seriously.
I think that's one of the really good things at Tab. The people from the person you call, or I use the customer portal to send a service message, I get responses right away. So there is good coordination with the staff, and everybody's just so professional and nice.
Fast response from professional and nice people. Trust Tab's nearly 4 decades of experience. Call 1-888-TAB-4-HELP, 1-888-TAB-4-HELP, or visit tabinc.com.
I would definitely recommend Tab to any other small businesses in Connecticut. The professionalism has been wonderful throughout the years.
Technologies advancing business. Tab Computer Systems.
Life is uncertain, but Columbia Dental celebrates the new year with a resolution you can count on. Quality dental guarantee in 1 day, same day, 7 days a week. No need to take time off from work. Be where you need to be with the convenience you deserve. Columbia Dental makes it convenient with all the dentists and dental specialists and an on-site dental lab in Manchester. Because your dental health shouldn't have to wait till Monday morning. Happy New Year from Columbia Dental. Visit columbiadental.com for more information.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
I know. Just got the notification.
Great. Smooth sailing so far. I'm almost there.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Made it. Safe and sound.
I know.
Well, did you know I was with USPS the whole time?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Keep your business in the know with the USPS Ground Advantage service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
Something amazing is happening here. Scientists are using AI to study how whales talk to each other. CDW experts can give researchers the power to process complex data with HP workstations, advanced by AMD Ryzen Threadripper Pro processors. With easier handling of AI workloads, your organization can bring powerful insights to the surface. Make amazing happen. HP, AMD, and CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/HPAMD.
Sullivan's Northwest Hills Cadillac is your home for the ultimate in luxury SUVs, like the Cadillac XT4, XT5, and XT6. The XT lineup offers bold style, exquisite materials, innovative technology, and smooth performance. Going on now, take advantage of our Madness sales event. Lease a 2024 XT5 for as low as $359 a month for 36 months with $49.95 due at signing. Visit Northwest Hills Cadillac in Torrington or visit northwesthillscadillac.com to take advantage of these special offers.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
From the Carter Mario Injury Lawyer Studios, visit getcarter.com.
That's getcarter.com. This is Computer Talk.
All right, like she said, it's Computer Talk with Tab. Let's get right to your calls. We're going to go to Tom in Torrington next. What's happening, Tom?
Hey, hi guys. Good morning.
Morning.
Thanks for taking my call, and great show and service as always.
Thank you, sir.
I don't know what happened, but recently I lost my spell checker in my Proton Mail write a message.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also on my Bitwarden, I used to go to log in and I would right-click below the password and the box would come up, click it, and it would fill in the username and password.
Yep.
And it's no longer doing that. I got to go to the vault and click fill.
It sounds like a
I don't know
plugin
if
issue.
it was an update or...
It could be a plugin issue on the Bitwarden side.
I was going to ask, how are you getting to Proton Mail? Are you using a browser or are you using their dedicated app?
Are you using the Beach Ball or are you using
the Firefox?
Firefox.
All right, so it's a browser.
All right. Both of these things are pointing to the browser, because in Proton Mail, the spell checker is whatever Firefox provides.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like there's a problem with the Bitwarden extension in Firefox.
Yeah.
What you might want to do is remove the extension from Firefox, restart it, add it back, and then re-authenticate your account in the extension settings, so that it
Your main
reconnects
account.
to your vault, your Bitwarden vault. As for the spell check, I would just check and see if spell check is turned on in the browser, and we can find out how to do that.
Yeah. But that kind of stuff happens.
Okay. How do I get rid of the Bitwarden?
Extension?
Yeah.
We'll put a link as to how to manage extensions.
Yeah, we'll put a link up about managing extensions in Firefox.
Because
Okay.
it's
Very good.
a couple of steps.
That was quick and simple. I thank you. And where do I go to vote for you guys?
Well, we could put the link up there again, but it's the Hartford Current Best of. It's a little convoluted. You got to go to all. I don't even have the instructions off the top of my head, but we have links, information about it. You navigate down to the radio settings there. You're going to choose Computer Talk. You're going to vote for us, and they're going to bring up a register page. Then you're going to register, and you're going to go back and vote for us again to make sure it took. I apologize in advance for any email you get from the Current.
Okay, but you guys definitely got my vote.
Well, we appreciate it, Tom.
And I appreciate what you do, too. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend.
You too, sir.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, we're going to be here till 11 o'clock. So, Jim, Mike, and Bonnie, hang on. We'll get to your calls. And everything we've talked about has been posted over at ComputerTalkWithTab.com. And, yes, our YouTube channel is sort of working. I had to force it, but it is working. Not the way I wanted to, but I'll work on that next week. We'll be right back.
Listeners are always asking me about QC Kinetics and their treatments. They want to know if they should consider it for their joint pain. So if you're wondering if you're a good candidate, let's see if you answer yes to any of these questions. First, is your quality of life impacted by chronic pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or other joints? Trouble sleeping, walking, day-to-day movement? How about this question? Do you want to avoid surgery and all the pain, long recovery, and uncertainty that comes with it? And most importantly, do you miss doing things you love because joint pain is holding you back, whether it be walking, golfing, jogging, whatever? If you answered yes to any of these questions, I bet you're a great candidate for QC Kinetics. Give them a call right now. And by the way, that consultation, totally free, right? They have the latest advances in regenerative medicine for you without drugs, without surgery, and without downtime. Call 860-440-PAIN. Again, 860-440-PAIN. They have offices in Avon, New Haven, and Glastonbury, so probably near you. And that number one more time for QC Kinetics, 860-440-PAIN.
And now, a WTIC News Update.
10:30, good morning. Hartford temperature is 45 degrees. I'm Morgan Cunningham, WTIC 1080 News. Taking a look at our roads, we've got a lot to talk about. East Hartford, 2-vehicle crash on I-84 westbound between exits 58 and 57.
Right shoulder taken out in the last 15 minutes. Closure in Plymouth on Route 72 between William Street and Main Street where there's an overturned car. Down on the Wilbur Cross Parkway in Meriden, a 3-vehicle crash has closed the right lane between exits 67 and 68 and northbound side of the Wilbur Cross. Waterbury, we have a crash involving a vehicle fire on Route 8 northbound between exits 30A and 30B, left lane closed. And still down in Madison, you're just barely getting by with one lane open where 2 tractor trailers crashed before 4 this morning on I-95 southbound between exits 62 and 61. Police body cam footage has surfaced showing the moment when a Waterbury firefighter carried the limp body of a 32-year-old, 68-pound man held captive for over 20 years at a home on Blake Street in Waterbury that he intentionally set on fire to be rescued. His stepmother, 56-year-old Kimberly Sullivan, is charged with kidnapping, cruelty to persons, and other charges. Her defense attorney argues that his client's innocent and is shifting the blame now to the man's now deceased biological father. 10 Senate Democrats join with Republicans to pass a Republican-authored spending plan that keeps government open through the summer. Hartford police say that they're investigating the deadly shooting of 35-year-old Myron Myers. They say that he was gunned down in the 2100 block of Main Street around 11:30 last night. And 5 severe weather-related deaths are reported in Missouri alone as states move across much of the South with more storms expected today.
WTIC weather.
You'll have some low clouds around today, maybe a little bit of fog and even some drizzle, the better chance of which will be toward the coast, but some sunshine should peek out this afternoon. It'll be mild with a high up to 58. Staying mild tonight with low clouds redeveloping, low down to 49. Tomorrow it'll be windy and warm. Again, some low clouds, maybe a little bit of a dampness in the morning, and then a shower in spots in the afternoon with a high up to 65. Some rain and a thunderstorm tomorrow night. We'll have to watch for flash flooding. Drying out on Monday, but it'll be cloudy, still mild with a high of 58. This is meteorologist Matt Rindy in the WTIC Weather Center.
For these stories and more, we're at WTIC.com. I'm Morgan Cunningham, WTIC 1080 News.
All right, everybody, it's here. The March to Spring Training and Opening Day is officially upon us. Hey, I'm Rob Bradford from Baseball Isn't Boring, and we'll have you covered every single day with instant reactions to late-breaking signings, determining which players are, yes, truly in the best shape of their lives, and behind-the-scenes stories from all the excitement and intrigue that spring training brings. Follow Baseball Isn't Boring in the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's Sarah Samuels, co-host of the Retirement Income Source, heard Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. and again at 12:30 p.m. In retirement, it's all about the income, and that's real income, generated from interest and dividends. If your advisor is selling your portfolio shares and writing you a check, that's not income. To learn how to generate retirement income the right way, tune in to the Retirement Income Source, Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m.
Retirement Income Source with David Scranton is a paid program.
Oh, honey, it's our favorite leaf filter trusted pro, Matt. Matt, come in, come in.
Hi, Mrs. Sparks. You wanted me to stop by? Is everything okay with your leaf filter gutter protection system?
Okay, of course, silly. We wanted you to stop by for dinner as our way of thanking you. Yes, to thank you for that free gutter inspection, the free estimate, and what was the other thing? That lifetime guarantee.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Sparks, those are just Leaf Filter's policies. Everyone who calls Leaf Filter gets a trusted pro to come out for a free gutter inspection and estimate. And every Leaf Filter installation comes with a lifetime guarantee.
So it's not just us?
No, sir. We don't want anyone to worry about clogged gutters ever again.
You mean everyone gets this level of service?
Everyone. They just need to visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule their free inspection.
Okay, but you must be starving. You work so hard. Ready to love your gutter protection as much as we do? Visit leaffilter.com/deal and get up to 30% off today.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Crappy radio signal? Then listen to WTIC on the free Odyssey app.
All right, we are back. This is Computer Talk with Tab, and I'm still stuck on that whole pizza license plate thing. Although it did remind me that the great John Faddis, trumpet player, goes back a ways. He's coming to Yale, New Haven, Woolsey Hall at the end of the month. And part of the reason is he's a huge pizza fan. So I guess it can work. We can benefit from being the pizza state, but I really think the military-industrial complex state is better. What do you think, Joey?
I'm just mad at Morgan because every 30 minutes he's making me hungry.
I know. And I didn't have breakfast either, so you're right. Nothing like a nice cold slice for breakfast, Morgan. It's causing trouble. All right, let's get to your call. Let's see what's going on out there. Nice enough to join us on this Saturday morning. We're going to go to Bonnie next in Windsor. What's happening, Bonnie?
Hi. I spoke with you a couple weeks ago about Frontier pressuring us to sign on for fiber internet, and I was concerned because our equipment was old and our phones were very old. Well, they came and installed it, and they eventually got everything running, including our old phones.
All right.
Except for our printer. They would not even attempt that.
No.
And it is a wireless-enabled printer.
Yep.
And I have managed to get to HP's website, and I'm looking at all these different things, and I don't know what to change.
All right.
But the network test report indicates that we need to check the printer's SSID number, or name rather, and match that to the network name of the router that they installed.
Yep. You're on the right track.
You're
Okay.
halfway there.
Okay. Now, if the router is the ERO, EERO, that has no SID number on the back of it, and they left me no literature about it.
Are you using the internet wirelessly on your phone or another wireless device?
Well, they did what I believe you told me when we spoke very briefly last time. You said they might have to emulate the copper line.
Well, that's for your phone line. So,
right, for the phone line.
Do you have
they
any
did
other
that.
wireless computer in your home, Bonnie?
Yes. The printer is connected to the PC.
No, yes, but don't. Is the PC wireless?
It is now.
It is now. So the SSID you connect to, believe it or not, I'm going to say pizza. There's like a little pizza slice in the lower right-hand corner of a computer that's wireless. It's going to show you, a little wireless pizza icon is what I call it there. Is that what you're connecting to the internet with? Maybe we are the pizza state. I don't know.
I don't see any little pizza thing. You mean on that bottom row?
Yeah, the bottom row.
In the bottom right.
On the bottom right.
It'll be next to your
clock
little
and your
clock.
date. Your battery.
I say the time.
Yep.
I see the time.
Go left.
Left of that.
It said that's sound.
Yeah, and one
and
more.
Then network 2 internet access.
There it is.
All right. So network 2, whatever that is.
That's your SSID.
Click on that little symbol.
Okay, I'm doing it. It says that that the PC is connected.
Yeah. So your SSID is network 2.
Well,
okay.
I don't know about that.
Maybe not.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
What shape is that little icon that gives you that? Is it rectangular or is it like a wedge?
Like a pizza slice.
It looks like a monitor. It's shaped
okay.
like
All right. Then
hardwired.
it's hardwired, so it's not.
There goes
all right.
that idea.
What we were thinking is that the computer was using the SSID to get to Wi-Fi.
But it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's a wired connection.
They should have given you
They should
instructions.
have given you what you're looking for.
Yeah.
They should have left it on a card or on a sticker on the Eero, something like that.
Okay, they had to install 2 Eros. One is in the cellar.
Well,
and
one
the
of
other
them.
is next to the PC.
Yeah.
And the one that's next to the PC is plugged into the PC.
Okay.
Would they both have the same SID?
They would.
Even though
They would.
So they would. So go down to the cellar one to see if there's any documentation down there.
Yeah. They honestly should have left you something to that effect.
They left nothing. And the underside of that Eero says the same thing as this Eero. No SSID.
Well, this is not helpful, Bonnie. So
No.
you got it's not.
Yeah, Well, Mike G just pointed out that there are stickers that come on the Eros that have that information. Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay.
So it's
Could
a
they
thing.
have put it on one of the other pieces of equipment?
Yeah.
They installed.
They may have.
Yep.
They installed a thing that looked like our old Ethernet router. I believe that was the purpose of that was so that our telephones would work because
Yes.
they're all old, as I said.
That's what they did. They emulated it. Look on the equipment more closely, and you're going to look for SSID. You're literally going to look for that word, SSID, and it should have something.
It should say something, right?
Now, you can also go to the printer side of the equation and ask it what it sees for SSIDs.
True. What model of printer do you have?
It's a HP LaserJet Professional M1217 NFW MFP. That's a mouthful.
It sure is. Is it close enough to run a wire or no?
Run a wire to what?
The printer from your computer. Is it close enough to do that?
A separate wire.
Yeah.
There is a wire that they left connected to the printer, and they connected it to the Eero.
Oh.
It's white with a yellow plug. That's all I can tell you.
So they plugged it in.
The printer indicates that it is connected to the internet, and it has the name that they gave me that day, and they installed a password on the system and on our PC, but he wouldn't touch the printer. So I'm wondering if perhaps it just needs to have that password in there.
No, it shouldn't be a password.
I'm looking at the network summary of the HP printer.
Yeah.
And where it says password, it says not specified.
Right, because it's not connected to a network right now. Not over Wi-Fi that requires a password.
Right. But if you're hardwired, you don't need
If
anything.
it's hardwired, then that's irrelevant.
Here's the thing then, Bonnie. Try this. You're going to go to your control panel, and you're going to uninstall that printer.
Oh, boy.
Because I'm going to trust that they plugged it into your network. It sounds like they plugged it in hardwired to the Eero. To me. I mean, maybe I'm guessing, maybe I'm wrong, but it sure sounds that way. And so they might have used the Ethernet connection on the back of that printer, which looks like a big fat phone connection that's going to plug into your Eero. If that's connected that way, hardwired, it just might mean that your driver is looking for the wireless IP address, and it really needs to look for the hardwired one. So if you uninstall the printer, that way you don't have multiple copies of the printer, which can get confusing. Uninstall it completely, reboot, and then do a add new printer, and you're going to tell them it's a network printer. It should sniff out that printer.
Yeah, it'll find it if it's connected wired.
So that way you're not going wireless anymore. You're going to be hardwired. If what you're telling us is true and there's a cable coming from the printer into the Eero, that would be the way you want to go.
Okay, there definitely is a wire.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So we'll give that a try.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Yep. And otherwise, I'll have to pay $10 a month to have them tell me over the phone stuff I won't understand either. So.
Wow. That's what they charge for tech support? Yeah, you're welcome to use us.
You have to get the premium supply. Can I adopt one of you?
No, sorry.
Oh, darn it. You're already taken. Okay. Well, thank you so much. And I would vote for you guys over those other guys any day of the week.
Thanks, Bonnie.
I'm not sure I can figure it out.
Oh, we'll put a link over there for you because every vote counts, Bonnie. If you can figure out how to get your network printer going based on what we just told you, you can vote. You can figure out how to vote for us.
Okay, and one last thing. Do you think Elon Musk is taking over our internet?
No, I don't.
Because today I got an Lexus email from the Lexus Corporation, and I have never Googled Lexus or anything. Just to my email address.
I don't think Musk is behind that. They just think that based on your demographics, you might be driving a Lexus. I don't know.
I'm not smart enough to figure out how to drive one, so they won't get my money.
All right.
But anyway, have a wonderful day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. Now, Elon Musk is taking over satellite internet. That he is doing. He's definitely clogging the space with a bunch of satellites. So that is happening. We're going to step out for a quick break. Jim and Mike, hang on. This is Computer Talk, and we'll be right back.
Every sandwich has bread, every burger has a bun, but these warm, golden, smooth steam buns, these are special, reserved for the very best. The Filet-O-Fish, and you can have them too.
And you can have it all at 2 for $6, like a Filet-O-Fish, Big Mac, 10-piece McNuggets, or large fries. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Selling your home, it's one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. You could go it alone, trying to navigate market trends, determine fair pricing, and tackle tricky negotiations on your own. You could second-guess every decision, wondering if you're doing it right. Then there's the showings, the offers, and the mountain of paperwork. Or you could work with the expertise of a realtor, here to guide and help protect as you make your next big move. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Ever feel like there aren't enough hours in the day? If you get busy or miss your favorite show, don't worry. With Rewind, available exclusively on the free Odyssey app, you can stream your favorite shows on demand. You know your day is better with us. Get the news that matters to you from the local voices you trust. No matter what you're up to, give it a try. To get started, download the free Odyssey app and search for your station. That's AUDACY.
Is your car still under warranty?
No, not anymore.
My mechanic just suggested an extended service plan from Ox Car Care.
Ox Car Care?
Yeah, Ox will cover repair bills if anything happens to the car. New brakes, transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait, you pay nothing on repairs? Ox gets it fixed? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance?
Yeah, you don't pay. Ox pays. Ox even has a 30-day money-back guarantee and is A+ rated on the BBB. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike those other warranty companies.
The last thing I need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote. 800-234-2716. Ask about senior and military discounts. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care. 800-234-2716. 800-234-2716. Or go to oxcarcare.com.
Tune in to How to Retire with Fuchs Financial.
The main thing for the majority of the listeners out there who are approaching retirement is I don't want to be surprised.
Helping you build, preserve, and manage your wealth.
So you've got Roth IRAs, you have individual accounts. Finding the right taxable strategy, that's going to be huge for you.
Tune in to How to Retire with Ben Fuchs. Sundays at 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. right here on WTIC News Talk 1080.
The Connecticut Golf Show is March 21st through 23rd. For all the details, ctgolfshow.com.
Follow us around at WTIC 1080 on Instagram, Facebook, and X.
All right, we're back. Dennis and I were just chatting about how, if you set up the new internet service for your customer and you took the time to plug the printer in.
Right.
You couldn't do the last step of making sure a test page worked?
Yeah, I mean, he did 90% of the job.
Right.
Why wouldn't you do the remaining 10%?
The only thing that I can think of is that they want that
$10
payment. Yeah. You want help with this? Pay us $10 a month. I mean, that's just crazy. So I hope that's not the case. I just hope he left without helping her, but sadly, I don't know that's the case.
It could have been close to lunchtime.
Yes, Joey. Yes, you're right. You're right. Joey's still hungry. All right, let's get.
It's close to lunchtime.
It is. It is close to lunchtime. Let's go to your calls, guys. Let's go to Mike in Plainville, who's got a comment about cell phone, I think.
Hi, gentlemen.
Hi.
You were talking about Google Fi.
Yeah.
Made me think about. I would like to switch my cell phone to one of these cheaper plans the older I get. And I have looked in the past at some of the, I'm going to call them discount companies.
Yeah.
And they're telling me that to do that, what suffers is you don't get like the latest and greatest network, or you don't get the latest and greatest phones.
Who's telling you that?
If I don't even remember the companies I called, but you might have to. They prioritize the bigger companies like Verizon and AT&T and such, and I don't know how true that is, or like how would I, like what do I look for so that I know I'm getting the latest and greatest networks?
All right, so here's a problem with what the cell phone industry has done to everybody. They give you the phone, right? Latest and greatest. The way I look at cell phones is different. I buy the phone based on its capabilities, and I make sure that I'm able to go wherever I want, being an eSIM. So I'm not locked into a network. I made my choice on my phone based on the capabilities of the phone. And so when these companies, give you the latest Apple $1,000 crazy phone for free, well, the reason they gave it to you is because they're killing you in your monthly service, right? It's the only reason it's free. It's not free. We all know that. So what you should do, Mike, is look for cell phones that are SIM-less, which means they're eSIMs, which means they should be able to be used on most plans. Go look at also the plans and what phones they support. And so then buy your phone, period, and then subscribe to the service. You don't have to go to the store and say, here's your brand new phone, Mike, and that's what's happening, is that we've been conditioned by these cell companies to say, well, you want our service, here's your nice brand new free phone, and now pay us $80 a month or whatever it is. Does that make sense?
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. So I can go and buy a SIM-less phone, which is I don't know how different that is from an unlocked phone, but
it's exactly the same thing.
Right. So go buy a SIM-less phone and then go shop the plans.
I would actually shop the plan first so you know which ones they support to see which way you want to go, and then buy the SIM-less phone.
Right.
But they're not going to use lesser networks. They're using the networks.
Well, I think what he's alluding to is the fact that some of these lower cost carriers are actually riding Verizon or T-Mobile.
Exactly.
And those carriers are deprioritizing that. They might be doing it, but by how much, and does it really affect you? That's an open question.
So if they are, the difference is probably negligible.
I would think so, because people, if it weren't working, people would notice it and they would leave the service.
And nobody answers the phone anymore, anyways.
Yeah.
Number two, when you can always configure Wi-Fi calling. So when your phone is within a Wi-Fi network, you can always, at home or at work, if you're going to use that, you could always use the data side of the phone, not worry about the cell carrier, because you're now going through the services local to you, which is the Wi-Fi of wherever you are. There's lots of ways to get around that, but I've never had an issue with Google Fi over the many years I've used it, and they are leveraging T-Mobile. They were using U.S. Cellular and one other I just can't think of. Never had an issue.
Okay, I will look into that. Thank you, gentlemen.
You got it, Mike.
Bye.
Bye. But get disconnected from having somebody give you a cell phone. When the carrier gives you a cell phone, walk in. You got to ask yourself, wow, I just signed over my life to this cell carrier.
Yeah.
But I got a new phone. I can text that much faster. I don't know. It's 54. I'm going to try to take a shot here with Jim. It's going to be quick, Jim. What can we do for you?
Yeah, hi.
Hey.
I listen to your program. I'm an old guy, and I listen to pick up bits and pieces to keep the technology and cooking in my brain a little bit. I have a flip phone that I'm talking to you on, so that's how advanced I am. But anyway, I do have a tablet also that I use for emails and for pictures. And I'm using it for quite a few years.
Yeah.
And long story short, I didn't use it for a few months, and then I went to use it a month ago.
Yep.
And it said that my password wasn't. I couldn't get in because of my password. Password I've always used all the time. So
wait, your password is what's your password?
My password.
Yeah, what is your password?
The number, my password.
Yeah.
I got 2639.
Just don't tell me your password.
No.
Come on, Jim. You've listened to this show. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I don't know. You asked me what my password was.
That's what the scammers do. That's what the phishing guys do.
We're just illustrating.
We're just giving you a hard time, Jim.
We're just illustrating a point.
I didn't think you want me to say that, but okay.
I love it. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I don't have nothing much to steal.
No, I know. So you're when you type that number in now, you're saying it's not working. It's your PIN. It sounds like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm putting some numbers in.
Yeah.
And it's not working.
So I
went to Verizon and they can't help me.
No.
I got on the line and got somebody, I think in the Philippines. He was pretty good. So what he do? He sent me a new tablet. I got a new tablet.
Well, that's quite nice of him.
Anyway,
Wow.
If you try to, if I try to get into it, into the with the number that I always use,
yeah,
you have 10 turns, then it goes back to factory settings.
Yeah.
It says. And once you use the factory settings, you lose all the pictures. That's basically what I want is the pictures and some of the email.
Oh boy.
I feel so stupid I gave you that number.
No, don't feel stupid, Jim. I was just giving you a hard time. You seem like a nice guy, so I'm sorry. All right. I'm sorry I did that.
I'm an old guy, I'm 86.
I hear you, but that's what the scammers do. I just want to illustrate for people.
Well, right. What I was going to say is those pictures that are on that tablet, are they also synced up with a service like Google Photos or iCloud or anything like that?
I'm hoping they were with Google, but there again, they want my password.
Well, right. Well, here's the thing. There's a difference between the device PIN and your Google account, okay? Yeah. And you can get to your Google account on anything, including that new tablet that they sent you. So if you can get in with that on that device, you may be able to get your photos. And the same thing, I think, is true of your email, because I think your email is still in Google's cloud.
So log into the new device and set up your email.
Right. Well, use the new device, connect it to your Google account, see what is available on that device, having done that, and then see what else you need to do.
So we got to let you go, Jim. I wish you the best, and sorry for doing that to you guys. I want to thank everybody for listening on the show. I want to thank Joey for going for producing. We'll see you next Saturday.
We want you
it's
to
Tom
be
Shattuck. As you know, my friend Phil has been doing Awaken 180 weight loss for about a month. Last week we checked in with Phil, who's on vacation in Florida, and he's down more than 20 pounds. After a month, it's looking like 30 pounds of fat gone. Phil, how are you managing to resist all of the vacation foods around and stick to Awaken 180 weight loss?
We went grocery shopping. We got the things off of the menu from the program. Tom, I guess I'm just so excited about the weight loss. I don't want to cheat. I'm doing the shakes. I'm doing the drinks, the chili, the sloppy joes. It's working, and I'm not craving anything.
And that's really the magic of Awaken 180 weight loss. Now, seeing the numbers in the scale come down, that's great. But how else